It depends what you're talking about. If you're talking about material coming to the mixer in a meg shift way, that happens all the time because records are being made increasingly in non-professional environments. I'm working on a record right now that was made in an office space. And so it's going to have its issues, and it does. Now you can fight those issues, or you can be smart about it and go along with them because you can't change it. So best analogy I can give you is if you wake up and that day you're going to the Grammys and you have a big pimple on your face, you're not going to be able to cover it. So rather than get all emotional about it, I would grab like a little black marker and make it like a mole. Make it look like it's on purpose. That's what you have to do in those situations.
And I'm glad we're talking about this because one of my last questions is when you're at the mixing desk and the panel that you were in talked about recording to specific formats or trying to record to the strengths and weaknesses of specific formats. If you're hearing a big hole in the sound that wouldn't be a problem necessarily on a home stereo but might really suck on an MP3, in terms of, well, this frequency is going to leap out on an MP3 the way it's not going to leap out on a home stereo. What do you do to correct that? Do you find yourself wanting to make a separate mix for that, or or do you just say, let's rein it in and make it a little more generic?
No, one mix should be able to satisfy all formats. Look at it as if you imagine in your mind a piano. When you're mixing, it's the same thing. You have some sounds that belong at C1, C3, which is the middle C, and then you have maybe a tambourine, which is kind of high, and you might have a sub bass, which is real low. And all you're doing is organizing the arrangement from that sonic standpoint from all the different frequencies so that all the frequencies are properly represented. And the most important thing, which I've said a million times, is the mid-range, that you get that right, because it's the only thing that's in common to every speaker system.
And just one last question, again, for new bands who are working, maybe they're producing themselves against your advice, obviously, but how would you recommend somebody approach material written for MP3 distribution if you're encoding in 192 and you're going to throw it up on iTunes? Is there anything that you would tell a band to do to keep it sounding good and to keep it from sounding a little bit too tinny, especially when you're using synthesized hi-hats and things like that?
Well, I think that people are too focused on that, actually. I think what you do is you make it the best it can be. You don't think about the lowest resolution. You imagine the highest resolution that there is. You make it for the absolute highest resolution, and the chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And you let the chain decide. You don't decide for the chain. It's the fourth link or the fifth link. The chain tells you what it is. And as far as, I want to make sure that you all understand that when I say you shouldn't produce yourselves, these are all general feelings, because the truth of the matter is I can tell you the sky is blue, and right now it's gray outside. But so which one is it? So you can only talk in general terms. I'm just emphatic about people spending the time to put them around them the right team. When you have the right team, it's a walk in the park.
Thanks very much. This is GearWire.com.